Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. I'm back and again. Again, the Ongle Blaze, Ongle Blaze, Ongle Blaze, Ongle Blaze, Ongle Blaze, Ongle Blaze, oh, place go get it. Oh, place go get it. Oh, place, oh, place, oh, place, oh, place go get it. It's right back to the basics. Chuckle the deuce is how we do the Texas, baby. Bad dollars back. You know what it is. Know this. Know this. Know this. Real man rise up. Fake man rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. Brought to where preacher preach on. And today's topic we're going to talk about is, I really need to talk about this because it's on my mind lately. Chris Miller, I just saw your video and you was talking about the white girl type, the prototype white girl type. But my video to the white girl, the white girl type, they call the sisters that I wouldn't call them sisters. I call bittermissization of sisters, a sisterette that call you the white girl type because they've been saying you to date a black woman. I mean a white woman, but they think you never going to date a black woman. And I want to respond to that called new attitude. I think the problem is with our women, man. You got to understand. You got to blame not only to the as society is viewed as them as a whole, as and view and re-viewing us as a negative, a lot of sense of positive certain imagery of true image of true unrepresentation of us. You got to blame that, the defeatism, the Willie Lynch syndrome, the crab in the bucket, and white supremacy. And self beauty standard. That's the problem is. You got to understand. A lot of our women are lost, man. A lot of our women trying to find themselves and they don't know where to go. And because of that, and there's two types of black women. It's the ones who are positive, who cook and clean and take care of business. Those are the ones who look forward things of life. But the ones who are negative, those are referred that you're talking about. The ones with the big booty breasted and big butt ass and infested. Those with the dookie stinger, dookie, dookie, hoolie hoop rope earrings type, and them and attach a string and weed up hair. Those are the women you're talking about, man. Those are not sisters right there. Those are modern day unbimbo ass bitches. I'm sorry I have to use the B word, but it is what it is. See, they believe they want that whole Tupac certain degrees, that whole Tupac, and look how that caused. See, they believe that the thug is a man. That's what they believe. But the wise, intelligent, and a lot of sense and common sensely and unrevestment of things in life, that's not a man. And a lot of them been conditioned, man. A lot of them been conditioned and think like that. If you're not a basketball player, if you're not a rapper, if you're not of none of these things, or an athlete, none of those things, man, a black woman ain't gonna date you. I'm sorry to say. You even got white guys got to deal with that. The computer love bug of like glasses of magnifying glasses kind of nerds, white nerds type. And you got the jock strapping type of white guy that white girls will go by. Then you got the rockin' how can I say this, rockin' musician, bad boy tearing up places in the bar type and motorbikers type. They'll go out guys like that. But usually you never hear a white girl will never get herself pregnant by our sorry men. She always get pregnant by the right men. But our women, on the other hand, they get pregnant, but they've been over pregnant all the time. And I'm sorry to say this, but it is what it is. Like I said, they still trying to find their place in the world. And I get so sick and tired of that. They know damn well you got some black women go through this as well, especially the nerdy black women that go through this. If she talking all suburban kind of white light, And they think that so she not been seen as dating a black man, but she'll date a white man. There's nothing wrong with that. She going through it. If she not going out there shaking her ass, if she not going them touching hair, weed wearing, if she not going out to being loud, intrinsically loud mouth to being known and being seen out there in the world, it is what it is. You got to understand, it wasn't always like that. It got so bad in the 80s and 90s, in the early 2000s, late 2000s. That's when everything went bad. I mean, it don't make no sense. What is wrong with a person like comic books and like video games and stuff like that? I'm a nerd myself. I don't care what my own women think of me. Fuck them. I really don't care. I really don't care what brothers think. Fuck them. And white people. I don't give a fuck what white people think. Fuck them too. Everybody. You have to learn rehabilitation to be fine, to love yourself, man. Because once you love yourself, everybody else gonna love you. And it makes me mad when they say shit like that. And they wonder why there's a reason why, of course, that why our women got added certain stinking maze of attitude, because too many us as brothers, not just me and you, but there's brothers out there keep hitting on them, keep laying up the skins and getting them pregnant, getting knocked up. That's what making and being resentful as bigotry and bitter. They don't want to see nobody being happy. They don't even want to see black men being happy. But it don't make no damn sense. It is what it is. It's always been like that. It's been like that since day one. It wasn't always been like that. But don't worry about that. At least you got a wife, man. She love you, who you are as a person. Fuck what care about everybody else's thing. But you're right. People insecure of themselves, these women, because they look at that like, they look at that provider, the better male. They look at him. He ain't no man. But alpha male, the dominant, he's the man. You got to look at when they're young. They don't think about finding a husband or finding a good man. When they get old, their bodies start to wrinkle up downward. Now they want a good man all of a sudden. It's too late. They should have thought about that when they was in college. They should have thought about that when they was school. Now they trying to go all religion on some people, and they think they want to change because they know what they doing is wrong, and they owe a lot of apology on that. Some of the guys that really want to be there for them, but they want the guy who's not there for them. Ain't that something? But I'm not worried about it, because you guess what? Because it's like that in the black community. Everybody knows this. It's always like that. It's like that every other community, period. This is why you hear about black women talking about they can't find a good man. That's the most bullshit lame ass excuse of reclaiming that I ever heard in my life. They trying to say there's more black men in jail, but where's statistics that show that if it really is true? They say there's more black men in college, and I really do believe in that. But see, that's what makes me mad when they do some shit like that. They putting us down and getting us to believe this bullshit. I'm a thought of the lie to pull this cyclopedia black agenda in our hands and put us in the grip death hold, and make us accept that. I don't like that. They got black women agenda as well. That's why a lot of them that felt like that. So don't worry about that, man. That's just the new attitude nowadays. That's the mindset of black women nowadays. You got the mindset of black men. Black men that think the same way. They think reading the book is something wrong and meant the thought in your brain when you read a book. You think you white. You act white. But the same ones who worship Gucci bags and Air Jordans and all this other stuff, they worship and idolize and idol worship so much. Where you think that come from? Come from white executive owners. But they won't talk about that, and you don't hear black women talk about that. Where the weave at? Where the weave came from? Because when first black women started wearing weaves, it was actually white women when they grow bald headed and have a hair cactus cancer. When their hair about to fall off, then black women start wearing it. Black women never wear weave when white women start wearing it. That's when women were rocking picking afros, and it's not like that anymore. I mean, that what really pisses me off, because everybody knows you got black community, got European ancestry somewhere, and how many brothers and sisters that know that's Afro Europe brothers and sisters, dark Europeans. You won't hear that from a black man and black woman, especially on the streets, especially out there in the clubs, and especially out there in the world. You won't hear it. All they tell you is, "Oh, you act white." That's the most ignorant shit that I ever heard in my life. See, they think they got the street smarts, but how many of them got book smarts? Not too many. And this is why a lot have been taken advantage of. I mean, look at what happened that Trayvon Martin incident, and you don't think it happened to anybody else. It can happen to anybody else because anything can take place. The Trayvon Martin, it can take place everywhere. So man, don't worry about the issue. It's the mind. It's the mindset of the mindset nowadays. A lot of black women have, not all, but in most majority of them. And black men think the same way on this. And a lot of women feel guilty about it because they put men down for so many years. Now they run to the same man they didn't get the chance in a lifetime of their life. They want to run to him. I got women try to do that stuff on me. Because women looking for this whole father figure they never had. That's why they act the way they is. They looking for this father figure because they getting tired of being dogged out. They've been tired of being abused. They getting tired of being taken advantage of, sexually harassed. You got to understand, you got men stalking them. I hate to be in female shoes, but this is what our women have to deal with, and the other race of women have to deal with. Some women been pulled or gone on or been domestically assaulted. But ain't nobody blame but them because they need to leave those type of guys alone, and they know they no good because they are losers just like them, and they lucky they have this system to order for protection by them because without this system, it'll be a lot of coward men raping them women. I support women's rights, but I don't support fetishism, knowledge mindset, feminized, unfeminized mindset. It to me is sad because it says more about that person than anybody. That's just how it is, man. People going to continue to being ignorant, but there's not a continue people being positive, being direct deposit for everybody. So, man, God bless, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, that's good you got a woman, man, because women should have got you a chance a long time ago. I bet you they looking regress now. They should have had that chance where they should have had. That whole white girl type that you would never give us a chance. You probably... how do they know you might give you won't get a black woman chance? You probably would. And they need to stop pulling white women out of their ass because white women are just as much as bitches as they are. I hate it when they throw that up because they've been unsecurity because they're not beautiful as white women. Black women are beautiful just as much as white women. White women are beautiful, black women even beautiful. Black women and white women do two different things. What's the difference between black women and white women? Black women are highly aggressive of their sexuality. They cater to their man. Black women, white women, they open freely of their sexuality, and they nurture their man. That's the difference between black women and white women. They both can be presented as women, being respectable as women, but both can be unethical, main ethical ass bitches. Both of them. Let's be honest. They both mess with no good men, but except for black women, they keep tipped it over and over by mess with no good men, multiple men all the time, and being impregnated by these men and being left over out like a leftover warmed over oven, stuff in the oven. Black women been stuffed up all the time, and they get to a point they can't deal with it anymore. They need to learn about their mistakes. Then you got white women. White women fuck with no good men, but this is how white women do. They might be a team runaways, or mess with those motorbike be rode on the bikes, road and bike ladies, or they mess with a guy who's a corporate of America corporate American pimp who's selling their babies for selling a less price and more price and less of their price. That's white women. That's the difference between black women and white women. There's no comparison to the two. They both women. And people need to get that off their head. Black women, on the other hand, they mess with no good men. They mess with thugs. They mess with murderers. They mess with gangsters. They mess with pimps. They mess with hustlers. They mess with every other man of color, even players and ballers and Max. Come on. But nobody wants to talk about that. Some women, black women and white women, mess with child molestation, mess with childs, and mess with them, and mess with little girls. Both of them mess with little girls. Both of their men mess with little girls and then mess with their own women. That's between a black woman mess with a man like that and a white woman mess with a man like that. And they both came from the same structure of rights of women's rights, but it benefit white women's rights, but it's never been benefit or black women's sisterhood rights. That's the difference. And anybody who can get mad at me for that, prove me otherwise if this is not the stain of the truth, out of the stain under the truth. So I like your video, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about that, man. People just ignorant, man. That's just how it is in the world and the state of predicament world we in. We just have to get our minds together and get everything thought and process together, and everything we can like or bear of, and we can be better of as a people, better of society as a whole, and the rest of the world, and best we'll join right up in it, and instead of caught ourselves into it to the blames of act when there's no reaction of how we act in the society. That's all I can say about that. All right. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basics. Chuckle the Deuces. I would do with Texas, baby. Until next time. All right. Peace, and I'm out.